People, how everybody doing? I woke up this morning and I read Jonah chapter 1 verse 12. I'm sure everybody know the story. I have got some revelation from this and I want to share it with you. So let's get with it. So as we know, Jonah, the story of Jonah, he ran from God. Which you know you cannot run from God. The wrath of God is still gonna follow you. No matter where you go, if God's desire to do a great work in you, if God desire for you to complete your assignment, He gonna chase you to the end of times until you get it right. But Jonah had ran to a ship. As he ran to a ship, so as he ran to the ship, let's just say this: he ran to the ship. The wrath of God came, and once the wrath of God came, a great violent storm came. Understand this. So the people, the sailors was on the ship, and they was crying out to their gods. Not God who we serve, but they were crying out to their gods. So I don't know what type of gods they were crying out to. They could have been crying out to the moon, they could have been crying out to the stars, they could have been crying out to the sun, they could have been crying out to a statue, anything. I don't know. But they were crying out to their gods. So then Jonah, he went down in the deck of the ship. The Bible says he fell into a deep sleep. He fell into a deep sleep. So as he fell into a deep sleep, the people came and looking for him and they asked him, "What's going on? And, is you the prophet for what's going on?" They asked the man, "Why don't you cry out to your God?" Then they asked the man, "Where is you from?" He said, "I'm Hebrew. I'm Hebrew. I worship the Lord that made the heavens. I worship the Lord that made the sea." Now you got to understand, in the sea, it was a great violent storm. He worshiped the Lord who made the sea. You understand what I'm saying? So they said, "What must I do?" So what happened was, he said, "Throw me into the sea. Throw me into the sea, then the storm will stop." Understand this. He said, "Throw him into the sea, then the storm will stop." I don't understand why they gods could not make the storm stop. Understand it. They were calling, they were crying to their gods, but the storm did not stop. But he said, "Throw me into the sea, and then it will stop." But don't get it twisted. God still chasing him. He came with the big fish to get him. But my point is, he was thrown in the sea, and then it stopped. The God he served, the God we supposed to serve, the God that say, "If you do not accept my son, Jesus Christ, you want to make him into the kingdom of heaven." That God, that's the one he was serving. So that made me think about what's going on in the world, in this day of time, this world, this day of time. There we go. That made me think about the believers that is running. Now you must understand, the ones that ran was in the house of the Lord. They seen the signs, the wonders. They've been delivered from this, been delivered from that. They had all kind of miracles. But why is they running? And they went back into the world. The world was Satan rule. The world was Satan operate. The world was Satan show you all these things. Just like when Jesus went to the mountain and Satan said, "Let me show you all of this. I give you all this." Jesus said, "Satan, get behind me." When you supposed to say, "Satan, get behind me," but you running right back into the world. Understand what I'm saying? Now, listen very closely. After this, you seen what God could do, and you still running back into the world. Don't people on the ship seen the God that Jonah served made the storm stop? And just like in these days of times, we seen what's going on in the world, but we still running back into the world again. Now, I want y'all to understand something. Understand who God is. The one said, "If you do not accept my son, you will not make it in heaven." Don't never let nobody twist your mind and say this the right God to serve. I just prove a point to you. The people was on the ship, they were praising their gods, which the Bible has said. You can read it for yourself. It's Jonah chapter 1. Read it all the way to verse 12. They were praising their God, but their God could not make it stop. But Jonah, the one said, "I'm Hebrew. I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea on dry land." That's the God I serve. That's the God I serve. And that's the God we are supposed to be serving. Because that's the God who made me. And that's the God who made you. That's the God who made this whole world. That's the God who brought you in this world. That's the God I serve. But since it's a spirit that's in the land, The spirit is brainwashing people, and now people thinking this God is the right God, this God is the right God, this God is the right God, and now you just all screwed up.